Welcome all to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia, myself, Assistant Professor Yougesh Patil, and today we are going to discuss the topic for class TYBSc Computer Science, Semester 6, subject Ethical Hacking, and today's topic is types of attacks. So friends, what is mean by attack? As per computer science or security term is concerned, the act or action that exploits the vulnerability of any control system is nothing but an attack. So, the accomplished by threat agent that damages or steals the organization's information. In that case, an attack is an information system threat that involves the attempt to obtain, alter, destroy, or remove or reveal the information without any authorized access or a permission. So it happens to both individual or and for the organization. So there are many kind of attacks which you already know, that which includes passive or active attacks, just like stealing an information, reading an information, phishing, hacking the information, spam mail, and other things. So, thus the attack is one of the biggest security threats in the information technology or information system. There are different forms of attack. So, as you can see, we have few attacks on a system like malware, phishing, password cracking or a password attack, DDoS attack. Man in the middle means a person, someone is reading your messages, or drive by download means someone is downloading or getting your data without your notification, malware sting and rough software, or any other things which give or threats to your system. There are two basic types of attacks: passive attacks and active attacks. As you can see, passive attacks are nothing but the one that does not affect any system, although information is obtained. It just reading the information of your computer or whatever message you are sending through the net. For example, if sender sending a message to a receiver, it getting the message as it has been sent by the sender. But passive attacker is observing the message. It can read the data, it can read the information of the message, means how many bits are there, who is sending the data, what is an IP address of sender as well as receiver, and other data they can read. And in passive attack, it has a potential to cause major damage to an individual or an organization resources, because it attempts to alter system resources or affect how they work. For example, as you can see, a sender is sending a message to a receiver. In that case, before receiving the message to at the receiver's end, the attacker reads that message, it converts the data, and it retransmits the data or a message to the receiver. So, for example, if a sender is sending ABC, the attacker catch that file or a packet, it convert it into any other form or any other letter, for example PQR, and it sends that data to receiver. So what happened? Sender has sent ABC, but receiver is receiving PQR. Why? Because active attacker or attacker which stay in between or a middle of them, he has changed the data. So this data change or this kind of damage is known as an active attack. So active attacks are in the form of interruption, modification, and fabrication. So what is interruption? It is known as an masquerade attack in which unauthorized attacker tries to pose as other entity or another entity. In modification can be done using two ways. First, we will reply an attack and alter it. In reply attack, the sequence of event or some data unit is captured and then it has been reset by them. And with alteration, the message involves some changes in an original message. Now what is meant by fabrication? Fabrication causes denial of services, that is DOS. In this kind of attack, the attacker strives to prevent licit user from accessing some services which they are permitted to, or it's a simple word that attacker gain access to a network and it lock the authorized user to access the system. That is nothing but a fabrication or a denial of services. Now let's see the key differences or basic differences between active and passive attacks. The very first, in active attacks, it includes the modification of the message. The message or a data has been modified in active attacks. But on the other hand, in passive attacks, the attacker doesn't commit any changes to interrupted information. It just reads the information. Then second, the active attack causes a huge amount of harm to the system, while passive attack doesn't cause any harm to the system or system resources. It just reads the information. Then active attack is considered as a threat to a data confidentiality. It means that data is not confidential because it has been read by the attacker. In the contrast, an active attack is threat to integrity and availability of data because the data has been modified or altered or deleted by the attacker in the case of active attacks. Then the attacked entity is aware of attack in cause of active attack, but as against the victim is unaware of attack in the passive. For example, if the data has been changed, the receiver or any other person in the system, they know that data is changed or it has been attacked. But in a case of passive attack, someone is watching your message or reading your message, but you are not aware of that thing. And the last key difference is the active attack is accomplished by gaining the physical control over the communication link to capture and insert transmission. And on contrary to this, in passive attack, the attacker just needs to observe the transmission. So friends, that's all for the types of attacks. Thank you very much, and please do subscribe our channel.